thanks for clicking on the video. Today I'm back in the woods, obviously with Mike and my dog Amber. The idea today is episode 2. We're going to make a few more improvements to the roundhouse, to the Celtic roundhouse shelter that we're building. We're going to be doing a lot of digging today. We've got those posts that we burnt in episode 1. We also peeled the bark off them. And we're going to be making or digging holes, putting the posts in the ground and then ramming the earth. Well, there's lots of clay, so ram that round the base of the posts. And one other thing we're doing today is we're going to be cooking up some food, just like I said in episode 1. So stay tuned to see what we're about to cook. So as we're cooking today, I thought I'd cut a nice clean chopping board, because the other one got a bit dirty last time from making those pegs, wooden pegs. Right, well, it's now episode 2, and as I mentioned in the last episode, in episode 1, I said that we'd be doing a bit of cooking. It's going to be a very easy recipe today. To start with, we're going to be using a cold Dutch oven. What we're then going to do is we're going to stick in 2 of these lovely duck legs. So we're going to put these straight in the Dutch oven. We're going to put that on the fire. The reason why we're using a cold Dutch oven to begin with and we're not heating up is because we want to render all this fat. Duck legs are full of fat. Well, it's all in the skin, most of it. So what we want to do is heat this slowly for about 20 minutes or so. It's going to render the fat out of these legs. We'll then tip out the excess fat, and then we'll add some vegetables, maybe a bit of chicken stock. Leave it for a little while, maybe an hour or so, and then we'll dig in. We've got some nice bread to go with it. So the duck legs are on, give it 20 minutes or so, and then we'll add the vegetables. So while the duck legs are rendering, it's now time to crack on and do a bit more construction to our build. And as you can see, Mike's already dug a few holes. These are for the posts, for the front, for the door. We're now going to rearrange the rope to make sure the size of the shelter is exactly what we want, because we've had a little chat and we think it's a little bit too small. So we're going to make it a bit wider, use the rope to accurately mark out exactly where we want to put the posts. And then once we've got the posts in the ground, we're then going to be putting the crossbars along. So the rafters will then sit on these crossbars and be supported by them. You can see the pan's warmed up slightly and the fat is starting to ooze out of those really fatty but flavoursome duck legs. There's quite a lot of roots to chop through.
I know.
Amber, look. So as you can see, we're getting some really nice colour to these, and that will also improve the flavour. And just remember, this was a cold pan when we put the duck legs in. We didn't put any oil on the duck legs at all, and look how much fat there is now in the bottom of that pan. So I think we'll give it another 2 or 3 minutes and then we'll add the vegetables. So I've just poured out a bit of the excess fat, and as you can see, the duck legs, they've got a nice bit of colour. So the next thing to add to our braised duck legs are the other ingredients. So we've got some nice rosemary there, we've got some potatoes, we've got a leek, we won't use all of the leek, we've got some carrots, and we've got a few stock cubes, as well as a couple of cloves of garlic. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to chop all this up and throw it all in at once, give it a few minutes of frying, add a bit of stock, add a bit of water, and there you are. Leave it for an hour or so and it should be real nice and tasty. And there we are, chopped veg. All I have to do now is add it to the Dutch oven. And that there was a stock cube. Well, just got to wait 1 hour. Whoops, forgot to put the rosemary in and a little bit of seasoning. This is just salt, pepper, mixed herbs and a few other bits and pieces. How's it going, Mike? You hit any roots yet?
I've just avoided an absolute beast there.
It's quite frustrating when you hit a root and you can't
really
chop
is.
through it.
You have to get a saw sometimes, and then it's blunting the saw blade, and it's... People don't see this kind of behind the scenes bit. They see about 3-4 clips of us digging, and then there's actually 2 hours of solid digging.
Sweating.
Yeah.
But look at these nice clean holes, perfect for when we put these upright vertical posts in. So let's check the duck. Oh, look at it. That looks really good. Oh, it smells incredible. You can see we're ramming the clay back into the hole around the post, and it really is making it good and solid. Well, I've got a bit of a treat for Amber today. I've got a pig's ear, or easy, or a chicken foot. Let's see what she wants. Sit, sit. Now, which one do you want? Which one do you want? Hey, that's a pig's ear and that's a chicken foot. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, and she's off. So it looks like she went for the chicken foot. I don't blame her. Well, Mike, lunch is served.
Oh, look at this. Oh, the feast begins.
Yes, well needed.
It's been what, about 6 months probably since our last epic feast.
But I need this after digging those holes and ramming those posts in.
Yeah, they're back-breaking work.
What?
That flavour.
A sauce to go with it. Oh, this is tasty. Really is tasty. And that stock as well, really rich in flavour. But I'll tell you what, this is just what you want on a cold day, on a cold winter's afternoon, when you've been digging holes and you need that energy boost, and this is going to give us exactly what we need to finish putting these posts in the ground. Mm.
That looks good.
Well, Mike, I almost forgot the bread.
Oh yes, look at that, fresh bread.
Fresh bread, and just rip it off as you wish.
Oh, bread and a duck. What is it? Braised duck.
Braised
Kind of
duck.
stew.
That's
Oh.
right, yeah, braised duck. Look at that, and we've got the rest of the sauce in the bottom of there.
Oh,
Oh, look at that.
that is nice, man.
Mm. Well, that was tasty. To wash it down, we have
Oh, he's got
49ers.
49er, a fine ale. I do like 49er.
Rich and Golden Craft Ale. Ringwood Brewery. Not too far from here,
I
actually.
was going to say Dorset, is that?
Oh.
That'd be Dorset.
Do you want those?
Cheers, mate. Amber wants a bit of duck. For those wondering if we feed the dog, Amber, you can see on Dustin's channel on his video of this, she had some chicken feet
She had a chicken foot.
and a pig's ear.
Giant pig's
She's
ear.
eating better than us, probably. So she does eat and she does get fed. Don't worry, guys.
She certainly does.
Cheers, mate. Anyway,
Cheers. To the build.
To the build. To these posts. That is a really nice one, actually, isn't it? Do you know, you could almost cook with that.
Yeah, that could have been a nice little...
That would have gone down. That is the right taste. It's like a Guinnessy taste.
Mm. Cheers. And here's Mike doing all the hard work. I'm just supervising.
You and Amber.
Me and Amber are supervising. Hello, hey Amber. Hey, hello, hello, hello. So this is what we've done so far. We've put in, I don't know what, 6 posts, 7 posts. It's getting a little bit dark, so I don't think we're going to be able to finish episode 2 today. We might have to come back another day to do a bit more work, and then that'll be the end of episode 2. So we've finally reached the stage where we're putting in our first cross beam. Sorry about that. The GoPro just fell down. And yes, I am recording all of this with a GoPro, but I'm thinking about, well, it's Christmas, treating myself to a new camera.
Look at that. That's the sound. That's music to every outdoorsman's ears.
So you can see why we're sawing about 1/3 of the way into the wood. It's so that it sits level and flat and flush when it comes to resting this on top of these vertical uprights. You know what? It's the end of November. It's been raining all day. Well, it's been trying to rain all day. We are slightly wet, and everything we touch gets really muddy. Everything from the saw to the axe to the pieces of wood we're handling. But you know what? That's not going to stop us. We're going to push through and we're going to get this done before Christmas. Well, fingers crossed. Have a look at Amber. She's making use of those shavings and they've become a little nest for her. Haven't they, Amber? Haven't they? Hello. So as this is the behind the scenes, you're now going to see how we shoot the thumbnail. Basically, Mike on his camera, because it's a lot better than my camera, he sets his camera up. What we do is we go over there, we do a little pose, and we stand still for a few seconds, and Mike will then lift that still from his camera, from his video, and then we'll both use them as thumbnails. The trick is not to have the same thumbnail. Yeah. That's why we do different poses. But that's basically the behind the scenes of how we do the thumbnail. Right, Mike, are you ready?
I'm ready.
And if you hold an axe, it makes you look like a bit more of a woodsman.
Yeah, about where you are. Go right to the back a minute. We'll try back, middle, front.
And that's how we do the thumbnail. Once again, staying on the theme of the behind the scenes, Mike's about to do his closeout, which you've probably all just seen in his video, and this is how he does it.
Well, we're going to round off the episode there, guys. It's been really fun, really enjoyable. It's been a wet day. It's been miserable. We've had plenty of rain today. It's just as well we dug those clay posts in the other day, because the clay is like sludge now. It's absolute mud pie.
Well, it's getting a bit dark now, so that's about it for today. As you can see, we've made a lot more improvements today to the shelter. Well, it's starting to get there. You can see the outline and how big this thing's going to be. It's actually it's going to be a lot bigger than I thought it would be. Well, if you've watched the video up until this point, thank you very much. Don't forget to stay tuned for episode 3 coming out probably next week. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.